Right, we're back alive. Do, 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 do. Right. Right, guys, welcome back. I'm just about to pop the new link into the server for everybody else to join us. Right, so we have got the race about to start. Right, hopefully everything's sorted out. Right. A big salty sea walker, and we're back. Right, so that was an eventful part of the lobby that we end up in. But yeah, some fantastic questions by Big Salty Seawater in the other stream. But yeah. That question, what celebrity would you like to meet? It's one of those ones I reckon it'll change over time. Something in your head will tell you. Right, let's just waiting for the system to get up to scratch. Abyss, are you still with us?
Yep, I'm still here.
Awesome. So, right after that qualifying, now, who do you reckon is going to be top three now? Now we've seen the pace of these guys.
At this stage, I definitely have to give. No, with no mistakes, I definitely give the win to non-human.
Yeah.
That was insane.
It was absolutely mental. I really don't know how he's done that. Wow. So, Fight Me Now bot, who basically joined us after qualifying, that's probably what's glitched the whole server. So, because they weren't able to join Q1 and they joined us, I think that's glitched the server. But yeah, non-human. What a pace! Got the qualifying down to 1:14.2. That is just immense. So, tyres strategy, tyres, no non-human on the soft, Moyland, Lewis Speaker on mediums, Sesvin on softs, Johnny Strokes on softs, Dixie Anthony Nilmer, Scotty Harris, Hepburn, and Hobo all on the soft tyres, mediums for Dara, Speedy, Dixie, Matty, Mrs. Carl, Hydro, and then we've got Pantas Geezer on the softs. Frenzy and Fight Me Now bot both going on the hards. That's surprising.
Dara Smith actually in the chat complaining about the rain. Seems that there was no rain added towards the end of the race, so we will not be seeing that. during this race.
Yeah, that's what happens though. Some things that with a glitch lobby, we can't control the weather on it. Yeah, we can say we can say if it's raining or dry, but we can't say anything about transition and rain. Can't control that. So we've got Izzy jumped in the chat saying, Gary, hi Izzy, thank you for joining us. Now Izzy is an admin over in IER, does the races on a Tuesday, and also F2 on a Friday, which starts at 10 p.m. So if anybody's interested, they can jump across to that at those times. There we go. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 red lights, 5. And away we go. It's all eyes on Moyland and non-human as they do hammer around. We've got some people. Does it look people off at the back? No. Seems like we're all through. Moyland lost a little bit of time to non-human, but still in there. But it seems like these are going to start making a breakaway from Lewis and the Chaser pack. Now, DXT Nilmer is one of these drivers I've got to give it out to. He's improved so much more. Abyss, where are you from?
I'm from Ireland.
What part of Ireland are you from?
In Cork, down south.
Cork. There we go. Izzy. Now, Izzy's from Ireland as well. Whereabouts in Ireland are you from, Izzy? Just drop it in. And she's let me know that F2 has been cancelled for the time being. I think it's just a lack of numbers due to the timing, maybe, but we don't know. Get more information on that. But yeah.
Fight me now, Bob. Making up. Brilliant places there. He's up in P13 now, actually.
And got into the pit, though.
And he's gotten a penalty as well.
That's speed in the pit lane penalty, is that?
Yeah, that's speed in the pit lane. I started P17, if I do remember correctly.
Yeah, so you're friends with Dara. Abyss.
Oh yeah. Actually, I do remember Izzy Green from T&E. Actually, she was regular in the live streams.
Yeah, Izzy was Izzy's always in my streams. I absolutely love Izzy. As Moylan makes a little slide there, and he's lost so much time to non-human. Non-human 2 seconds ahead, obviously on the soft tyres. Making the most of that as he could. So Nilmer up into third, beating his teammate Lewis Debika. So these two need to work hard together and keep themselves up here with Moyland if they can. Maybe put some pressure on the guy. So giving other people a chance to bring down that points gap. So I do have to ask you one thing, Abyss, since you do know Dara personally. Does his squeaky girly voice go through you as much as it goes through everybody else?
Yeah, definitely it does. It does.
Yeah, it's one of those voices. It's like that squeaky high pitched leprechaun that just won't go away.
You explained it brilliantly there.
That is exactly how I would describe him. Now, because it was kind of weird. When I first heard his voice, I thought it was a girl. And then I heard Izzy's voice and go like, "Wow, Izzy, you've got a deeper voice than Dara." But then I realised that everybody's got a deeper voice. Even my son Toby, who's 3, has got a deeper voice than Dara. So yeah, I hope Dara hears this. I really do.
Yeah.
So I'm on board with DXT Hobo, who is trying to reel in DXT Matty. Now DXT Matty, I think you might remember him from T&E days. Was quite a quick driver. He tend to have lost pace quite a bit on this game. Oh, No, I don't think there was any intention of Matty pushing Herbo off circuit. And fair play to Herbo. I've got to give him that. That is a very fair play move that he's just done. So Herbo lost a bit of there going into Tamburello. When he come back on, he was right in front of Matty. Matty then kind of cut the back of him, but didn't cause any damage. So
that's a
safety car. Hydra's out. But we also had Lewis Tabika spinning as well. So I think they might have had a knock-on effect between the both of them. Herbo coming on a little bit unsafe. Gave his place back to Dixie Matty, so there shouldn't be any reason for this to go to the stewards.
Yeah, I reckon that.
Darby's up into 8th.
Fair.
Yeah, it's very fair. Darby up into 8th. Do you reckon Darby could get himself onto the podium today?
He does, I think, have a pretty good chance. If I know we were speaking about this earlier. I'm not sure whether the audio was off that day by then. We were talking about his temper really, and he can lose his cool very, very fast. And the minute he loses his cool is normally around the time where he loses the rear end and hits a barrier. But if he can keep it on the road today, I reckon it's a genuine, real podium contender.
Because he really does have the talent to do that. Yeah. He might not be able to speak like a man, but he can definitely race like one.
Definitely. That's a second speeding penalty for Fight Me Now bot.
Yeah, I just don't think he knows how to brake. So we've had an early safety car. Non-humans went and jumped in on the mediums. Puts himself down into 9th. The thing is, though, it's like, has he made the right call or not? He's on fresh mediums. Those soft tyres may not last more than 10 laps. So in the next 6 laps, Sesvin, Johnny Stokes and Paisowski's are going to have to pit. I do believe the mediums could do about 18 to 20 laps. So try and push the softs to 12 and you might be able to do a one stop. But I don't foresee it being a possibility of doing the one stop with unless you go into the hard tyres, which quite a few drivers have done that.
Yeah, it's a good point really. I didn't expect much hard tyre usage in this Grand Prix, but we do have Hobo, Anthony and Scotty on those hard tyres right now. It remains to be seen whether Moyland or non-human can come out on top. Of course, the new tyre advantage will give him a few tenths a lap, but then he does have quite a bit of traffic.
Yeah, well that's going to be the difference, is the traffic really. Right, so the driver in front of him is Mrs. Carl. Now, Mrs. Carl has got the sheer ability to find the right place to put that car defensively. Might not have the pace of some of the drivers, but she's not easy to get past.
Yeah, that's true. I saw actually, I think it was Japan. She made some good defensive moves then there, and she picked up points actually.
Oh, really?
And
that's amazing. Well, they say safety car in this lap, but that's amazing. Points in Japan. That's not even an easy circuit to race on either. Japan's actually quite difficult. It's just because the S bends at the beginning, takes out a lot of drivers. The 2 hairpins.
It actually claimed, I think it was 3 or 4 cars in that race.
Oh wow! And then the Cassia triangle at the end. Not an easy circuit to go, not an easy set of corners to go around without getting a penalty, or at least a warning for track limits. So, yeah, well done, Mrs. Carr, for your Japan. Right. So I'm going to watch Dara, because Dara is going to be the one that's going to be pushing for podium, because he's now P4 after a round of pit stops and through the safety car. He's up at P4. It just seems like there's a nice little train going on here through from the back of Moyland. Non-humans up into 7th. Looking to get past Pint-Sized Geezer, who actually hits that apex very nicely on Tosa, but doesn't have the pace to pull off. And Non-human is up into 6th, now looking down to hunt down his teammate Dixie Matty, who I'm sure will be happy enough to allow him past quite quickly.
Dara actually is up to 4th position.
Yeah,
Very good.
very nicely done by Dara.
Get past 2 cars ahead. There's an Alfa Romeo of Hobo after spinning at Aquaminarale in the exit.
Oh, typical Hobo.
And another incident there actually between Frenzy, Fight Me Now Bot and Hepburn. All 3 of them seem to make contact at the chicane there.
In fact, that bot looks like he's going for a detour. Lost a lot of wing there. Quite a few people going in the pits.
And he does not speed on the 3rd time into the pits.
Fight Me Now bot serving one of his penalties that he's managed to get hold of. Hobo going Formula Forden is in the pits now with a new to get a new wing. Medium tyres are on, so that should do him well. Moyland just not able to shake off Sesvin. Sesvin's just behind him, and Johnny Stokes poised for that overtake. That's not where to do it. Dara just holding on. I think Dara is just sitting there back here. I'm going to watch this. And then we've got Non-human. Needs to work hard now to be catching up with the front 4. And then we've got the battle of the DXT, Matty DXT Nilma. So quite a few battles we've got to watch here. Pint-Sized Geezer's doing quite well for someone who started off at quite near the bottom. I think he started 16th. And I think we might have lost Abyss. Or maybe not.
No, I'm still here.
It's just that you go quiet. You go quiet and it's like, oh, I think I've lost him.
See here, Sesvin, quite low on ERS. And he's not closing a gap to Moylan, so
we've got
quite a bit of ERS to keep ahead of Johnny Stokes.
Ooh.
And that's Dara.
Dara's had an off. He hasn't lost any wing, he's just lost positions. Hopefully he's kept his head cool and he'll smash back. So we've got Matthew Green, aka Dave, going, hey up guys, I did a Russell. So he's crashed. The one thing I don't think he's done is when he said I've done a Russell, I don't think he was actually in a good point scoring position before he did that. No, Matty, very, very tight battle in there. Matty cuts the corner a little bit, but hopefully no penalty. No, well, hopefully no warning. I do like seeing a battle between these two drivers because Nilma and Matty do not give up easy, and then Lewis Dabika's coming to like, oh, I'm going to come ruin the party and stick myself in between yous. But it's Louis saying hello, lads. So hello, it's Louis. Thanks for joining us. So penalties now start to get... Oh!
Oh, there we go. That is the temper.
That was intentional, that wasn't it?
Definitely, I reckon. I think he's just completely lost it. I'm not sure why he'd even think of an inside move going into a corner of that nature. And he's immediately left the session. I mean, you could almost predict that after he's off the lap earlier.
Yeah. That's why I made, hopefully, I was like, hopefully he keeps these cool and gets himself back in there. Yeah. But no. That's not the Dara way, is it? Oh, Dara.
Such a shame. No, he's a very fast driver. He's capable of pulling out from his modes, but
you know that
he throws it away half the time.
Yeah. Oh, no way the Frenzy just do that. So, Frenzy coming up down the straight. DXT Moyland coming out of the pits. The pit lane is not the said track, and he allowed Moyland to slip from front of him. You slow down, let Moyland get in front. Frenzy, you should have put your foot down, mate. Make sure you got that position for yourself. Right, so this is going to be quite interesting. So, we've got Nilmer on 5-lap-old medium tyres. Probably will go for a set of soft tyres near the end. Scotty Harris on a set of hard tyres, 5 laps old. Probably in that comfortable wear stage where it gets a bit grippier. He could go to the end on them. Moyland on fresh hard will go to the end of them, but he's got to get through that rough stage at the beginning. We'll go next one's down. Next one's quite interesting. Johnny Stokes, fresh mediums, possibly go to the end. Sesvin, fresh hards, and then non-human fresh mediums. Good speaker, fresh hards, speedy fresh mediums. So interesting in the middle there right now.
Yeah, I've actually seen a message from non-human from the last safety car, meant to the end with the eyes emoji.
Yeah.
That was from his previous stint.
Yeah, I don't think he would have done that, but I think he's glad that the safety car's come out. He's put himself on another fresh set of medium tyres. He's lost 2 places due to the fact that drivers in front not pitting, which is Nilmer and Scotty Harris. So he hasn't lost out. In fact, he's actually probably gained from this. He's gained a lot from this, because those fresh mediums are going to give him the advantage over Sesvin and Moyland. It's just that how quick can non-human get up to Moyland to keep those medium tyres in the effective scale over the hard tyres. Because it's weird how this works out. Okay, so soft tyres are your grippiest tyre up until the point they hit the edge and they drop off. So if you take a tyre's life scale of effectiveness and put it on the timeline of how many laps until it drops off and being basically not effective at all, they don't cross over at all, apart from after, I think it's after 75% effectiveness of mediums. So medium scale, I think it's 60% of their tyre wear is effective. So up to 60% of their lifeline is effective. Once it gets to 45%, the hard tyre overtakes the soft tyre, because the hard tyre gets grippier after a few laps, and it just gets better and better, and then it plateaus and then drops off. And it's just weird how that works out. It's the fact that the hard tires are so tough to work in at the beginning. That's why hard tires are not effective on the game.
Yeah.
It sounds mental, but like when you see it, when you see the visual graphs of what I mean about it, you'll see. Oh wait, they're holding. Yeah, you could go. Oh, now I see what you mean. Why it's hard that after a certain point, the hard tires are way better than the mediums. And it is. It's just mental how the hard tires can get to a grippier stage than what the medium tires can. But it takes you a while to get there. And then, yeah, you've lost a lot of advantage. Well, you don't gain enough advantage from that to equate to the loss that you've made already. So, yeah, it's just mental, but that's how tyres are. Waiting for this safety car is back in, so who should we watch? I actually think we should be watching Non-Human. Who would you be watching?
I'd definitely be watching Non-Human. I can feel a good battle going on between him and Moyland in this race, and also I hope there is a bit of excitement between the two.
It's what we want to see. We've been waiting to see this after seeing what the qualifying has been like. We know Non-Human has the pace around here. We know Moyland is so consistent as well. At the moment, it is down to Non-Human's tyre strategy that's not been the best.
Here, Non-Human making a move on Sesvin.
He's timed that very well. And he's got himself right behind Johnny Stokes. But yeah, he was pretty much alongside Sesvin before the start-finish line. Scotty Harris makes a mistake. And it puts Non-Human back into fourth where he was before the safety car. It is advantage Non-Human right now, because if we flick right over up to Moyland, who's chasing down Nilmer. Now Nilmer is not an easy person to pass, and there's penalties going to Moyland, so Non-Human has got an advantage with penalties as well.
Yeah, he's really, I can see him comfortably closing out this win here. 6 seconds will be very costly to Moyland, and for a driver who's been on such form tonight, as Non-Human has been, I reckon it'll definitely be Moyland's downfall. That's 6 seconds.
Yeah. Quick question from Louis. How's your day been? So, Abyss, how's your day been?
It's been a good day. I've been excited for this race today, and I'm just happy to be commentating it, especially after missing Britain last week.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I was actually quite interested in how this will work between us. Yeah, my day's been decent, but yeah, again, I'll be honest. I was more excited to get playing Gran Turismo 7. To be fair, Moyland does manage to get past Nilmer, but Nilmer is not giving up. Nilmer is right behind him. Absolutely amazing. This is a four-way battle here. Non-Human's struggling to get past Johnny Stokes. So yeah, I was gutted that you wasn't able to make Silverstone, but you're here now with Imola. Yeah. Hopefully you'll be with us for a few more races to the end of the season at least.
Yep. Actually, I was seeing a bit of a, and even Dara was saying, a bit of a commentator's curse going on between me and him. I commentate Japan, and he goes and crashes. I miss Britain, he goes on and wins. And I commentate Imola, and he's crashed.
I think that was a tag. I think Nilmer tagged the back of their Non-Human, but somehow Non-Human skipped a corner. but doesn't pick up a penalty. I think it's because the game's recognised that Nilma actually tagged his back
Yeah.
end. I don't think there was any disadvantage or advantage made by non-human due to that. So, whether he got a penalty for track limits, or warning, should I say, could be
But actually,
unfavorable.
Milner, as he came back on track, he tagged his teammates wing and Lewis Beaker now down in P10. As you can see, the wing damage there on the left side of his car,
Oh,
really affecting him.
yeah. A clumsy moment for Nilma, but if he's able to keep that clean for the rest of the race, keep himself out of trouble. So non-human now. 1.2 seconds behind Johnny Stokes. Johnny Stokes right behind Moyland. And Moyland really needs to push on hard now because he knows those medium tires are going to catch up with him soon. But he wants them to catch up with him after the medium tires have done what they need to do.
Yeah, I wonder, will Johnny Stokes put up a good enough fight against Moyland that non-human could maybe join in on and take his position or two? But non-human is using quite a lot of ERS right now. He just dropped below 10% there on that straight lead up to the chicane. Alta. Interesting seeing the ERS counts there.
Yeah, that's actually. Yeah, because the other two are about 50%, and he's like at 20 now down at 20%. He's using it quite a bit to try and close that gap down quickly, because he needs to get in within the DRS zone to actually. Oh, and Johnny Stokes has managed to get past Moyland on the DRS. Fight me now, but up into 6th.
It's good going for him actually.
Yeah, it's after getting penalties that is now cleared through various pit stops. He's climbing his way up, and again, a lot of drivers really screwing up this Tosa corner.
Yeah.
Frenzy hits it perfect. Let's see how Mrs. Carl does with it. She does a late apex, and it gives her a nice line going into going up the hill to Prevotella. Absolutely fantastic, Mrs. K. There's the beacon now. Let's see how he does on this corner. Takes it well. So we've got quite a few drivers there who have done well on that corner, but a lot of the drivers, especially near the front, tend to be losing up there.
Yeah, I think they're just pushing, braking a bit too much. It's like, I mean, obviously for an F1 driver, you'd want to be pushing the braking zone as much as possible. The Tosa seems to be just that kind of corner where you're gonna get on the brakes a bit earlier and focus more on your exit rather than your entry.
Yeah. See, if Imola, the guys who own Imola, decide, oh, you know what, we're going to make Tosa a little bit quicker and stick a bit of a berm, a bit of a bank on it, a bit similar to what you see around some corners of Zandvoort, you will find that the outer line may be just as quick as the inner line, but it's quite flat Tosa. So, yeah, it's... You really do need to hook that right in and get the most out of that corner. Non-humans still looking to go and get past Moyland and Johnny Stokes. do see this one going to pretty much the end of this battle. I think Johnny Stokes might actually hold out. Fatman Albot up into 4th.
He is on a roll at this point, and even on those 13 lap old hards that are older than everyone else's tyres, he's still making gains. Good pace from him, actually.
Hepburn and Herbo just having a battle, going back and forth. Hepburn lost the position to Herbo and managed to gain it back on the exit of Tosa. I don't know if you actually got managed to watch that race at Britain, but I'll tell you something that really impressed me the most there was Mrs. K's oh my goodness, what's the corner's called? Maggots and Beckett's. Managed to make an overtake on someone through Maggots and Beckett's.
Ooh.
There was a little moment when I'm watching our Hound and another driver. She goes and does this overtake. I'm like, you can't overtake at Maggots and Beckett's. You just don't do that. And she goes and does it. And it was a very clean overtake as well. So that quite impressed me. So I'm hoping we might be lucky enough to see Mrs. K in a battle with someone soon, and we can see some more brave overtaking.
But actually, I've got to give some props to Miss Carl Frenzy and Non-Human. Actually, only drivers in the grid right now without track warning penalties, track limit penalties, I should say. So very good driving from those 3.
Well, yeah, definitely agree with you on that. It's not an easy circuit to have like no penalties. Moylan picking up the fastest lap.
Oh, there goes.
There's Non-Human
and Johnny Stokes.
So this could be coming to the stage where those hard tyres start to get into the element of their own now. They start to get a bit more grippy. They start to be a bit more competitive. Fatman Albot's crashed.
Oh. And that's...
I know, a safety car. A safety car is out.
This will create a very nice actually end to this race, because I definitely would suspect that Moylan and Non-Human will box. So we'll see just straight, maybe if safety cars out for 2 laps, 3 laps maybe, or 7 or 8 laps, just shoot out to the end really on those new tyres.
Well, yeah, because like Moylan's got it all to lose, really, because after the safety car, those soft medium tyres are going to still be a bit more effective over the hard tyres. So he's going to lose position that way. So he is into the pits now. Staying out is not an option anymore.
Yeah, I do expect to see
Absolutely everybody.
If not all of the grid coming in.
I'll be quite shocked if I see anybody staying out.
Yeah, I can't see anyone at the moment as the Alpine of
Mrs. Carl.
who's yes, Mrs. Carl comes into the pits now. And yeah, that's everyone out the track at the moment apart from Lewis the Beaker and
Lewis the Beaker would stay out.
Yeah, actually, that's Spock's last lap,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
Because Lewis the Beaker pitted last lap, but he was so far back. The other cars would have got out before he got anywhere near them. pint-sized geezers decided to stay out. So what they've done really, because those guys have decided we're staying out, they've reduced the safety car out time by doing that, because safety car will not go in until all the cars are pretty much within the same tri-sector. So, driver with the best view of this is going to be Johnny Stokes. Johnny Stokes is going to be behind non-human Moylan, so that'll be where I'll be watching from to see the battle when the safety car goes back in.
But this will be the time when these penalties will start affecting drivers. Hepburn and Frenzy and Miss Carroll actually could make up positions in the midfield from cars ahead of those penalties if they can stick with them for these remaining laps. And even non-human could choose just to sit behind, not risk anything, and just win on penalties over Moyland at the end as well.
Oh yeah. See, like non-human's got all advantage right now, really, hasn't he? It's all there. We've got Pfeffer in the chat going, well, hello. He just lost out on a podium in FNR around Canada. Unfortunately, mate. So, Green Ace is looking to be making his own league within the TTFL Discord. Watch out for that, guys, because he'll let you know when he's planning to do that. So it'll be quite good. He's a driver that I do believe that he would fit really well within the TTFL leagues. So hopefully you will see him jump across soon. Also, guys, watch out for DXT Nevo's new GT7 league that he's going to be creating. I myself would looking forward to it. I'll be interested very much to be part of that. And if you haven't got it already, I suggest try it out at least. It's a very different racing game to the F1 game, and the wet weather racing does work better. So, safety car in. Let's have a closer look from Johnny Stokes' point of view and see how this pans out. So Moyland gearing up, ready for the breakaway. And he goes. Non-human, reacted well. So is Johnny Stokes, really. But Sesfin's acted very, very good, decently well too. And so it has the XTL. So all five... Well, to be honest, I don't think he's lost anybody really from this train. Apart from Frenzy losing out a little bit.
But well, what do you predict? Do you reckon non-human will go for it on track, or do you reckon he'll be happy enough to stay behind and win on penalties?
Oh no, non-human will definitely try and win it on track. He's not someone to sit back and go, you know what, you carry on. Oh, Lewis the Beaker's out. He's out. He's crashed up at Piratella.
Looks like Miss Carroll was involved in that as well.
Oh, has Miss Carroll got damage?
Damage, I reckon.
Yeah, lost an end plate. So Moylan now picks up the fastest lap and was 16.5. Quite interested to see how these do. Now we've got lap 26 of 32, so 7 laps to go, including this one. Wow, this is really interesting. We've got non-humans rocking the yellow and blue helmets in solidarity to the whole Ukraine invasion. I do believe there is a few drivers that have done that. So Herbo's another driver, blue and yellow, as well as Frenzy. We do have a lot of different coloured helmets for the drivers.
A non-human over that last lap has even lost 10th on Moyland as they come out of the final corner.
Yes.
Not using any ERS, non-human. Happy just to sit on it comfortably.
Yeah, I think he's looking to save it for when he really does need it. But yeah, he's got as long as he keeps it clean, he knows he got the race win. Managed to get that apex very well there. But so did oh, Mrs. Carl picks up a first penalty. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Just look. I'm still on board with non-human, but let's have a look at that down. So we got Herbo looking to try and close down on Speedy. Big salty seawater. WTF is Mrs. Carl doing? Didn't see it, so can't comment. Please let us know what happened.
Moylan breaks into the 1:15s with that previous lap.
Yeah, really trying to open up that gap behind them. Really needs to work hard to do that. It does show that that Moylan's race pace is a lot more consistent than non-humans, but non-humans qualifying pace was just out of this world.
Yeah. Oh, and Moylan's gone! He's had a huge moment out of Aqua Minerale and he's off into the barrier. And even when he wasn't going to win this race anyway due to his penalties, he has gone and lost a bunch of positions from that huge mistake.
Oh. Yeah, it's kind of ruined it. It ruined it for him, really. So he's gone from a possible 18 points right down to 1 point.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, he's got loads of points in the bag. But has he got wing damage as well?
Seems like it.
So he's got to go get a fresh wing. He's going to have to really put himself out the limb there and really go hard. Or go home kind of attitude to get himself some points, and because he's got pants as Giza, he's got to get past to get into the points.
Yeah, I reckon even with his closest championship contender, DXT Singh, not being here this weekend, I reckon he will be gutted. Yeah. He has lost a lot of points.
Yeah.
Looking a little bit further down the field, Nilmara, Speedy and Hepburn are having a bit of a scrap. Nilmara struggling really with the penalties, 18 seconds.
Yeah, all picked up from corners.
Yeah.
It does it all adds up. It really does. Yeah, it's just that'll be the difference between himself getting 8 points to get him 1 point really. He'll be tumbling right down. Could be seeing him sitting in 10th, depending on where Moylan manages to scrape himself up to. So we're coming up to we've got 1 lap 30 or 32, so we've got 2.5 laps to go. Time to think of driver of the day.
Ooh. Well, I've had a few in mind, but for me, my driver of the day would be non-human. Even the absolute domination that was his qualifying. Managed to keep it clean the race, kept it penaltyless as well, kept a clean slate there. Really showing class today, and I reckon my driver of the day goes to non-human.
I do love a good debate, I do like a good argument, but I can't fault you on that. I really can't. I was looking at Frenzy, when Frenzy was knocking on the door of the podium, he might have got it from me. If Dara got on the podium, he could have got it. Frankly now, but after some blistering pace from him, he could have easily got it as well, so, but non-human. The only mistake non-human made was his tyre strategy. He made this whole experience a little bit tougher for himself with the tyre strategy call. Pitting at 4 laps. I think that was a bit of a tough call to make, but he made it and it's worked for him just through multiple safety cars and share the fact that he is a very, very clean driver.
Yeah.
So yeah, well done non-human. You will be getting you've got our driver of the day for that, as you are finally going on your final round, final lap of Imola. So we'll jump aboard with non-human as he goes round. Let's get him. Let's see how he handles Tosa on his final time round. Hits it bang on. It's kind of right near the end of the races. This is where we were expecting drivers to make mistakes, and they go ping in. Tosa absolutely spot on. To no human now coming down towards Vivatsa. 2 more corners to go for him to win the Imola Grand Prix. And there we go. And now human takes first. Johnny Stokes in second. Sesfin takes third. Dixie Anthony in fourth. Hobo gets fifth. Speedy gets 7th because Frenzy's jumped up because he didn't have any penalties into 4th. So then we're in 9th, Pint-Sized Geezer. Oh, Moylan misses up by 0.228 of a second from a single point. Wow. I think this is the first time we've seen Moylan out of the points.
Yeah, I think he has not been out of the points yet. I reckon you're right on that one.
It's...
Yes, after Britain, anyway, he had 5 first places out of 8 races. I can't see the rest of the classifications, but
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure this is the first one where he's not scored a point. But that is the end of the race. Well, it has been quite interesting. Bizarre moments through the last lobby, but so let's confirm our top three again. Non-human taking top spot with the AlphaTauri. We got Johnny Stokes in second and Sesvin taking third. Fourth is Frenzy after starting the 17th. A very good climb from Frenzy. Gets the Codemasters Driver of the Day, but ours will stay with non-human. DXC Anthony in fifth. Hobo in sixth. Speedy in seventh. Hepburn in eighth. Nilmer in ninth. Pine-sized Geezer rounded off the points in 10th. Moyland in 11th has the fastest lap but doesn't score a point because he's outside the point scoring positions. Mrs. Carl being the final driver to finish the race. Lewis DeBeeker, Frank Bott, Scotty Harris, Dara, Dixie Matty and Hydra all DNFing through various reasons. Anything you'd like to say before we wrap it up there, Abyss?
Not much more to say really. It's just a stunning drive from non-human.
Another level, really, wasn't it?
Really, yeah, he was completely clear of the whole field.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if he played the same strategy as Moyland, I think he wouldn't have had to lost. He wouldn't have had to win down any positions at all in the race. So I'm going to say, first of all, thank you, Abyss, for joining me. It's an absolute pleasure to have you in the comments box with me. Really do appreciate it. Thanks to all the drivers who's put the effort in to race. Thanks to the admin, and thank you to everybody who's jumped in, chat some crap, and viewed the video. We do appreciate it, and we hope to see you next week. Until then, guys, good night.